Hey, sixth graders, Mr. Newman here. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Today there are two tasks that we'd like you to complete. First one is the Chapter 2 vocab quiz. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on these big red words that say Chapter 2 vocab quiz, tap here. When you tap on it, it's going to look a little bit different on your iPads, but it's going to bring you to a 9-question multiple choice quiz. Work your way through that. When you're finished, tap submit and it will be recorded to Canvas. It should be able to tell you your score and how you did before you exit out of that quiz. After that, you're going to go back to step number 2 here. So you're going to scroll down, and step number 2 is you're going to take a virtual field trip. So as you know, we've been talking about the petroglyphs down in Jeffers. So this is home to 5,000 petroglyphs or rock carvings in the rock wall face there. So you're going to take a little field trip down to southwestern Minnesota. So the first thing you're going to do is watch a couple of these videos. It's going to tell you a little bit about the Jeffers field trip if we were to able to go there. There's a field trip and an experience you could take. Some of you have been to this and heard a lot of good things. So you're going to watch both videos. They're about 2 to 3 minutes long, kind of give you an understanding of what's going on at Jeffers. Once you've watched those 2 videos, you're going to go down to the second step here. And it says watch video first, but you're actually watching that right now. But you're going to open up Google Earth or Google, Hey, sixth graders, Mr. Newman here. A couple tasks today. As you know, we're going to be taking a short quiz on the Chapter 2, Evidence from the Past. And then another activity you're going to do is called a virtual field trip, since we're not able to actually go to a field trip because it's such a long ways away. It's about a 3-hour drive if we were to take a bus. So I figured we'd do the next best option, which is take a little field trip on virtually. So the first thing you're going to do is next to number 1 here is the Chapter 2 vocab quiz. So you're just going to tap on these red letters and words. It's going to bring you to the quiz. It's a 9.9 question multiple choice quiz. Just a reminder, you are able to use your comprehension guide you worked on in class, so feel free to have that out and be working on that. Once you're finished with that assignment or that quiz, you will go to step number 2, which is if you scroll down, you'll see the virtual field trip itself. So we're going to go to Jeffers, Minnesota, and you're going to start exploring some of the petroglyphs that are on the rock facings that were carved in 5,000, 10,000 years ago. So a couple things on it. There's some videos to watch, and then we're also going to use Google Earth to help us explore the petroglyph site. So as you're watching the videos, what are some questions that are coming in your head? What surprises you? Maybe what are some information you already knew? So the first video here talks about the actual field trip. If we were to take a field trip there, it kind of just explains what you would be seeing at the petroglyph site. The second one is more of a guided tour, and this will help set up the Google Earth tour you're going to take here after those 2 videos. When you're done with those 2 videos, scroll down, go to step 2 here. You can do this in 2 different ways. The first way is to open the Google Earth app on your iPad if you have it. Otherwise, you can tap on this link right here and it'll bring you to actual Google Earth on the web. So once that loads, take a little time here to get loaded. You're going to go over to the left here. You see this search tab, and then you can type in right here, Jeffers, Minnesota petroglyphs. I already searched it once, so it came up in my history. So when you tap on it, it's going to bring you all the way to southwestern Minnesota to a place called Jeffers. So you'll notice as we're looking through here, kind of take a look at the landscape, what's around it. How is it different from where we're at in Plymouth? So to scroll in, you can just use your fingers to scroll in or zoom out. And this is the rock facing. This is all rocks in the earth. So as you're looking at it, not sure what went wrong here. Refresh. And some technical difficulty, so bear with me. Thank you. All right, so as you're looking at it, what you can do is go to the little person, and you'll notice a couple dots popped up here. So when you tap on those dots, it'll bring you onto the actual rock facing where you can start exploring and seeing different things. See if you can find some petroglyphs in the rock facing here. And also look around. What are some things that you notice? What is the landscape like? Again, how is it different from what we see every day in Plymouth? Once you tap that again, it's going to bring you back up, and then you can check out, there's a couple other blue dots, and that'll give you kind of an understanding of what it looks like at the Jeffers site. Once you're finished with that, you're going to go back to the Canvas page, and there's one more thing I'd like you to do, and that's a Google form. So when you click on it, I just want to get some feedback from all of you to get your understanding of this this virtual field trip. So first thing, put your name, what corps you're in. There's a video talking about the people at those sites thousands of years ago. So watch that. After watching it, what are at least 2 facts that you learned? You can put your answers here. Then it talks about the prairie, the actual land around the petroglyph site. After watching that video and then having gone through the virtual field trip, what are some interesting things you found out about Jeffers, the petroglyphs, or even the prairie that surrounds the petroglyphs? And I challenge you to push yourself to think deeper. Don't just put in the easy, quick answers. I understand that's sometimes easiest, but not the best. Then the last 2 are just kind of your opinions. I want to get an understanding if this is something we would like to continue to do. So how interesting did you find this virtual field trip? Whether it's not just specifically about Jeffers, Minnesota, but the idea of going on virtual field trips to learn in that way. 1, not at all. Don't like virtual field trips. 5, it was very helpful. I kind of liked it. I'd like to do more of them. Would you be interested in doing more virtual field trips? Yes or no? And then what are some specific things that you either liked or maybe you didn't like? I'd like to hear both sides of that. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. It's not about that. It's about what's best for you and what you would like to learn more about. Once you're done with that, hit submit. And then at that point, what you could do afterwards is you could work on GeoGuessr. If you have a book you want to read, you could do that as well. So hope you found that helpful, and we'll talk to you later.